We want to be net zero by 2050, so that's very long term. However, in the next 5 years, we want to focus on action, really on executing and doing the things in a sustainable way. So this means, for example, whenever we refurbish something, because as part of a life cycle strategy or a cradle to cradle strategy, it's the right point in time also from a commercial point of view to refurbish. It's now the right point in time to really also focus on the energy efficiency and sustainability element, as well as, thinking about embodied carbon, using the right materials that can be recycled to avoid waste. So that's whatever we refurbish now on the next years, I think we already have to ensure and care about that. It's not so much what we do in 2040, that comes later, but I want to ensure that whatever comes up for refurbishment now has to be fit for purpose in a net zero world. Same is true for new acquisitions. Whatever we buy now should be compliant with our ESG targets, or at least we should have a plan in the underwriting to retrofit it and to make it fit for purpose. And then we have a combination of measures which I call the low-hanging fruits. It's like, installing energy management systems, doing energy audits, installing LEDs. So little measures that don't cost a lot, but bring us in the right direction. As well as someone of you, I think, already mentioned renewable energy. So that's also a big theme for us, because in our approach, we also do care for the emissions of our tenants. So we are working very closely with our tenants and also feel responsible for their carbon footprint. So that's also a joint effort, and their renewable energy, in my view, is a very efficient way for the next years.
We always come from the idea that everything we do on change implies a financial cost or impact, but actually you will be surprised by reading, on embodied carbon, how many authors have actually identified that up to 10 to 20% of the embodied carbon can be actually decreased at cost-neutral manner. So it's all about, at the outset, looking at improving on your projects. So at GLP, we actually had more than 30 years of experience in developing sustainable buildings. And through these years, we also pushed, the boundaries all the time, how we can be better at building better building, better suited for the use of our customers, and also in line with the decades. Because whatever strategy you had before, everything is moving along and you have to adapt to the environment. So we actually delivered the first net zero building in the UK. And that was kind of an in-depth, project where you start really to touch into what does it mean, a net zero building. And you talked before about, sustainability and materials and circular economy. So all these components and dimensions have to be taken into account. The first part being defining a baseline. What is actually the embodied carbon footprint in our development buildings? And from this baseline, we worked with actually the World Green Council definition on how to define embodied carbon and how to reduce embodied carbon with all the different components. And we actually achieved a reduction of 25.8% of carbon footprint for this project in the UK, which was actually quite a tremendous achievement. But this was months and months of discussion with our suppliers, with our general contractor. We also built up what we call the project sustainability document, which is outsetting and giving guidance to all our contractors of our vision and how to deal with material, with renewable energy, with efficiencies of the building, with transport, accounting for the fact that you're not going to move materials too far and try to stay as local as possible. And we developed also what we call the G passport, which is actually identifying clearly every single material that we have used on site. So all this methodology has also been used for a third party to actually check what we said we were going to do and ensure that we were in line with the methodology and the targets we set ourselves.
So we just jumped in, and we are in the moment we are building a new headquarters from Drees and Sommer in Stuttgart, and we use all our experience from the projects we did in the last years, starting with cradle to cradle, net surplus energy, climate positive, and a lot of new things. Smart building, of course, it's already standard. So we just want to show the world and show the clients what is possible, and just also show that we walk the talk. Not just talking our clients or telling our clients, please think about smart building, think about cradle to cradle, and think about ESG. We just show it, and the idea is that we use it also as a showroom later on to show all our clients or prospective clients what is possible in the moment.